Hi there everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here, another episode of the Dark Trilogy. So at the end of my last episode, I had built my jetpack to help me get around. And I was kind of flying around the nether, trying to get myself enough kind of blaze rods to make myself an industrial blast furnace, to try and make some steel, but while doing some research off camera, I realised that this particular mod pack includes a mod called Tinker's Steelworks, which is an extension of Tinker's Construct, which basically allows you to make steel. So what I did off camera is make myself a steelworking in U, and the way you make that, so if we have a look at steel working, oops a daisy, steelworking and U, there is. So the way you make that is you grab one of the old materials and U books by Skylar, and you literally just poured seared stone over the top. So you put it underneath your smeltery, you pour some seared stone over the top of it, and you get steelworking in U. Now, what this does, it gives you this book which basically tells you how to make the high oven, which I've already started to put together here, as I have made it before while playing Agrarian Skies. And then it also goes through all the different things that you need to know. So it's got things such as oxidizers, reducers and purifiers. So you need to know all these things, because you need at least one of each of these to make steel. So this is the recipe for steel. So once we've finished building the hive in a second, all we need is some gunpowder, some redstone and some sand. We burn up some charcoal, and when that all gets melted together, it makes steel. So that's pretty cool. So we should be making that in a second. So how do we make this hive in the first place? Well, what you need is so for the smeltery, what we need is seared bricks. And what we need for the Tinker's Steelworks high oven is scorched bricks. So the way we make them is we make ordinary bricks. So we either need, I need 12 more bricks, wherever they've gone. Where are my bricks? Bricks? I've got them around it. Yeah, they are. So you make bricks, and then you can make brick blocks like this just by putting them in a square, like so. We don't want that for now. What we want is this kind of brick. So you can put this in here like this, pour seared stone over the top, and I've got that simply just by melting down some cobblestone. You just chuck it straight in the smelter and it melts down into a small amount of seared stone. Well, what the hell, my brain is just totally going this morning. I do need my jetpack quickly though, wherever I've put it. Yeah, there we go. Because I need to be able to get on top of my high oven, so let me grab the jetpack. So we're just going to fly up here, plop this down. So that's going to be most of the structure. So that is the majority of the structure for the high oven. What we need to do next, and first of all what I need to do is get rid of this seared casting basin, sorry, not seared basin. God, my brain is not working this morning. I'm actually on holiday now, which is quite nice, away from work for a couple of weeks, so I've got plenty of time to do recording and stuff, which is quite nice, and apparently my brain is just not engaged, considering that I'm on holiday. Don't need that ingot cast, what am I doing? Silly boy. Put that away. Okay, so the last two things that we need to complete this high oven is the high oven controller and a drain, similar to a smeltery drain, but we need to make a high oven drain. So we make it out of seared bricks, scorched bricks even, sorry. And the way we make scorched bricks is exactly the same as making the brick blocks, but by simply just placing down a brick like that and pouring seared stone over the top. Exactly the same. So we're just going to do this 12 times, as we need, no, I need a little bit more than 12 actually, don't I? So let me just grab a few more. I need more like 14, I think. Hopefully I'll have enough seared bricks left in the system just to do that real quick. Don't think it's using a hell of a lot. I think it requires about 8 seared stone to make a scorched brick, which is quite nice. So it's getting dark already. It looks like it could be getting dark, or is it early morning? I can't remember which way around. I've been doing some off-camera work just before starting this episode, so I'm not entirely sure what point of the day I'm in. Looks like the sun's going down, so I might be going inside and sleeping in a second once I've finished making these scorched bricks. Scorched bricks, this is seared, that's scorched. God's sake, get it the right way around. Like I said, my brain is just not working this morning. Okay, so we just need 2 more. Here we go. Last one, there we go, fantastic. So what we can do is go inside. So, like I said, we'll need a controller similar to the smeltery. So we make a high oven controller like that, and we make a drain in exactly the same fashion. So it works. So it's exactly the same recipe. We're just using a slightly different material to make it. So we're just going to sleep for the night, just so we can work outside in a second. Fantastic. So what we need to do is just finish off the structure. So I'm going to put the high oven controller right here. And then I'm also going to put the scorched drain right here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Knock that up. Also, the way you make this is that the way you put together, so let me just knock this out for a second. So the way you make this high oven is that you want a base of 3x3 scorched bricks, so the block. Leave all of the middle blank. Top it off with another 3x3. Then your high oven controller goes somewhere at the front in the middle, like there. And then we also need to put a drain on the side. And I'm also going to put the scorched bricks there. Now, the reason I've got the drain there is what I'm going to do is I've got a drain going into my smeltery here. So what I'm going to do is all the liquids that I produce from there, I'm going to put it into my smeltery. So the reason I've done this is that a bonus of the high oven is that it also triples your ore output. So while I'm not making steel, what I can actually do is just chuck ores in there. Because it doesn't run off lava, it runs off charcoal instead. I can power this almost indefinitely compared to the smeltery, which requires lava instead. So what I can do is I can melt down, triple my ore output, and then feed it straight into my smeltery, and then pour it out here, which is quite nice. And then also pouring it into there means I can then also create any of the alloys that I want as well, which is quite cool. So how do we get this started? So we need the fuel. So I should have some charcoal around here somewhere. Where's my charcoal? Charcoal. There we go, charcoal. What we're going to do is craft this into a block. It's 1, 2, 3, as it works more efficiently with blocks of charcoal than it does just individual pieces of charcoal. So we're going to craft it into blocks quick. So it's got a really long burn time on it, 15,000, whereas that's got a burn time of 1,600. So it's quite nice. And then what we're also going to need is a lever, because you have to basically give it a redstone signal to tell it to work. The high oven, that is. So we're going to make one lever, and then we also need to make some pipes. Now, what I'm going to use is, I've found out, like today, while doing some research, that it turns out that at the moment, thermal expansion is actually missing fluiducts and liquiducts, which I had no idea was a thing, but that's not a problem. There are alternatives. So what I'm going to use today is some Mine Factory Reloaded plastic pipes. And the way you make this is that you make plastic sheets, and you get that from raw plastic, and you get raw plastic by smelting up rubber bars. So you smelt up rubber, turn that into rubber bars, resmelt it again, you get it into raw plastic, put it in a 4x4 grid, you get these plastic sheets, and we get some plastic pipes. I just realised I'm going to need one more lever to power my pipes, so let me do that real quick, like so. So let me make one more lever, there we go. And what I'm also going to need to make is a kind of one of the wrenches, so I think I'm going to need some iron and some tin, so there we go, making a crescent hammer. Thermal expansion crescent hammer. Oops, daisy, did not mean to do that. I'll put the iron away. So there we go. So I think we're all ready to go. So let me get this fired up. So turn you on and also get the burn going. There you go. So you can see it's on, it's working, it's burning charcoal, and it's heating up. So hopefully we can heat that up to 3,000, because I think that's the temperature what we need to start producing steel. So hopefully that will be big enough, and I don't have to make it any higher. If I do, it's not the end of the world. I just make more bricks and pour more seared stone over the top of them, and I just make it a bit higher. But hopefully that will be all right. What I'm also going to do is put the plastic pipe on like that. I think I need to reconfigure it like so it's set to extraction mode now. Then I just need to give it a bit of power, like that. So whenever I produce any liquids, they'll be pumped directly straight into my smeltery, which is quite nice. So we just got to wait for us to heat up now. So what I'm going to need next, so I'm going to need my materials that I'm going to need to turn into steel. So, like I said, what I need is some gunpowder, some redstone, and some sand. How much sand have I got? I've got 4. So let me just go dig up a wee bit more sand. I've also just realised that, oh yes, I made a vanilla diamond sword, mostly because this stone sword wasn't doing a hell of a lot of damage, and I wanted to be able to kill creepers a little bit easier than what I had before. So apparently there's some creepers behind me. Can I go and kill them? Are they like directly behind my house, or are they underground? Nope, they're underground, never mind. I was hoping to get a bit more gunpowder, but it's not the end of the world. So I need to repair my stone shovel real quick. Let me grab a piece of cobblestone. There we go. That should be fine. Should be adequate. I just broke it because I've been digging up a lot of stuff lately. There we go. Stone shovel. So let me just grab a little bit more sand. Over here. We do this. Let's grab some of this, like so. There we go. That should be fine. Okay, that's grand. Jump over here, jump around. So what we're going to need to do is put the gunpowder, redstone and sand in these slots here. What I'm also going to do is let me grab some iron ingots. And what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to turn these into blocks because I'm going to need some more iron as well. So let me grab a wee bit of iron ore and start turning you into... So let me make sure that I make 2 blocks, I think. There we go. Make 9, so that should make 18 iron altogether. So make a couple more blocks of iron. I'm also going to need my basin, as I want to pour it out in blocks, not in ingots, like so. There we go. Put you up and put this away for a second. Actually, why don't I just leave this here? There we go. just for convenience, I'll just leave that there, like so. There we go. So this is slowly heating up. Like you see, the blocks of charcoal would be burned for a long time in this high oven, which is quite nice. So we're almost finished melting down this iron ore here. I realised lately that I've actually, if you can see in the top side of my mini map, I've actually got some, or if I press J, I've actually realised lately I've actually got some surface lava over here, which is quite nice. So I would have actually been able to power my smeltery for a little bit longer without having to keep going down into the depths. But this high oven is definitely the more efficient way of doing things. So there we go, got some molten iron, which you can pour out and make a couple more blocks of iron. There we go, come on, hurry up. So what we're also going to do, start putting these materials in here. So like I said, I want the gunpowder, redstone and sand. This is just for making steel. If you literally just want to use the high oven to make your metals up, so triple your ores, you don't need any of this. This is literally just for the making of the steel. And all it does is that it's kind of supposed to be like more realistic. It's essentially just removing impurities and stuff from the iron, adding in carbon, which is how you make steel, which is basically carbonized iron. So we're just going to do that. Come on. Solidify. Go. There we go. Fantastic. So this is literally just going to get to temperature. So I was wondering if there's anything else I can do for now. I don't think there is. So hopefully this will get up to temperature fairly soon. I want this at least 3000 before even thinking about making steel. So I'm just going to cut away quick and let that get up to temperature. And I'll be right back in a second once that is hot enough to go. So I'll see you in a sec, guys. Okay guys, so I'm back and I've tried it out and I've actually made to make molten steel, which is quite cool. So let me show you how it works. So what I'm going to do is simply so it's up to temperature, so you definitely need at least a 5 high oven. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5 high oven, which is nice. So what you can then do is just whack in the blocks of iron. I recommend blocks of iron as it basically saves you on all of these resources. You don't use up anywhere near as much. As you can see, the molten metal got pulled directly outwards. So if we have a quick look over here, so we've got molten steel in here now, so we can actually start pouring this out, which is really cool. Nice to see. So we've actually, I've just realised that was seared stone. Whoops-a-daisy. Let's make sure that we've actually got iron on top before we start pulling it out. So as you can see, I've actually managed to make 36 steel here quite quickly. So once you've got this high oven set up, it makes your steel rather quickly, which is quite nice. So, oops-a-daisy, let me keep pouring it out. So, unlike the blast furnace from Railcraft, which is really slow, requires coal coke, and a lot of, like, kind of charcoal, this only requires a little bit of charcoal, a little bit of gunpowder, redstone, and sand, and then some bricks, so lots of clay, which I had nearby, which is quite nice. So yeah. Once you've got all that set up, and obviously cobblestone to melt down, a little bit of lava to make your seared stone in the first place, but once you've got all that, you've essentially got a really quick way. So you saw how quickly that made, once that was up to temperature, took a few minutes just to get up to temperature, it literally makes steel almost instantaneously, so it melts down really quickly. And what I can also then do is if we grab something like, I don't know, just plain, let me grab the different kind of items out of there. I don't need them in there for now, as I'm going to have enough steel to be getting on with for the moment. So let me just put some of this stuff away. Let me just grab, say, some iron. So grab 5 iron ore, whack it in here, go like so. There we go. So spread that out quite nicely. So that is now going to make, as you can see, we've now got 36 steel ingots, which is pretty cool. So let's see how much iron we've got in here. So we've got 6 ingots worth of iron. So I put in what? I put in 2. No, sorry, that made 3. So, unless this isn't tripling anymore. I know the high oven used to triple. Did that triple at all? No, it just made 10. So, fair enough. So apparently the high oven doesn't triple ores anymore. That used to be one benefit of it, is that you used to be able to triple your ores using the high oven. But it turns out that that doesn't work anymore. So never mind. But, That's one thing. That's annoying. That's seared stone can't go back in the smeltery. That's rather frustrating. Just put it down there, and if I decide to expand my smeltery upwards, I can use that later on. But yeah, so as you can see, that charcoal is lasting forever. So I can literally use that to smelt up pretty much all of my ingots, pour them out, get loads of resources, which is quite nice, and yeah, that's really cool. So it's been a fairly successful episode. So I've got my hive set up, got some steel, so I can in the next episode start to make more cool stuff, so we can actually get going on making things such as a tree farm maybe. So I could start making a harvester. Let me have a quick look. Harvester, yep. That requires a machine frame, which requires steel, so we need glass, a tin gear. It's not the end of the world. Thermal foundation tin gear, which requires a tin plate and iron. Okay, fair enough. So might be worth making myself a plate bending machine soon if I've got you make tin plates quite a lot. So yeah, this has been a good episode. So I've been fairly successful. I'm happy that this worked so easily. Made me quite a bit of steel to be getting on with. So that'll make 9 machine frames, so we can make 9 different machines, and then making more steel isn't exactly expensive. So what I'll probably do is just kind of take up a load of my iron. I'm just going to smelt this up. May as well. It's got the resources. It's burning for all this time, so may as well get it in there. Smelt up all my materials, which is quite cool. So yeah, I'm going to leave the episode there for now. As always, guys, don't forget to comment and like if you enjoyed the episode. Apart from that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.